What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I am on a little excursion vacation and enjoying the scenery, the sounds, and all that kind of stuff. However, where I'm staying at is kind of close to the street, so I got to do this video early in the morning or late at night because you hear cars blowing and all that kind of stuff. Now, the other side of where I'm staying at is the beach side, so the sound is muffled, or whatever the technical term for that would be for acoustics. On the other side, blocked by the building, and then on the other side they have the beach and all that kind of stuff. So, it's nighttime where I am. I got to turn the light on, and now all these bugs are starting to come. So let me get through this video. I might make one or two of these. So anyway, so thanks for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button if you're not subscribed. Why not? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it. So I want to address something that was sent to me. Asking me about, who should like each other more. Now, this is a series of things. I'm going to put up the screenshot here, a series of items that wanted me to get to. I did one, so I'm going to get to another, and a couple people sent me some videos that I need to get to and review. So when I get some time, I'm going to get to those and review them. I do appreciate it. If you have anything you want me to in particular talk about, then send it to me, and I hope to get to it. And if I have not gotten to it yet, send me a little reminder via email. Hey, you check this one out yet, or whatever. But I do get them, and I want to cover them when I get a chance. All right, so this one about his brother sent me about 7 different things. I think it's like number 6 or 7. I can't remember. But anyway, it's about who should like each other more, right? Why a woman should like you more. Now, there's this thought process. If you're not aware of it, there's this thought process that says that who should like you more, or who should like someone more in the relationships. I'm sure that a woman would say, make sure that the man likes you more in the relationship. Her philosophy would probably be, or their philosophy would probably be, that if the man likes you as a woman more, then he will spend money on you. He's going to come home to you. He's not going to cheat on you. There's probably a whole list of things that go along with that. Of course, from the male perspective, which I'm going to try to give about what men are thinking about, if the woman likes you more, and I know that this is a philosophy, right? There's a philosophy that says for men, particularly if you're looking for long-term relationship, love, things along those lines, and what you're going to look for is a woman who likes you more, so that you can enjoy the fruit of her labor. She won't cheat on you. She won't, she's not going to dog you out. She will have genuine love for you. I want to dispel this myth that men are solely looking for a place to place their phallus. There are other men like that, yes, but there are a basic principle that men have, and this is the problem that men have with divorce. Is it seems so transactional. It seems like you only wanted me for my money, or what I could give you only. And this is the gold digger argument, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting a man with resources or whatever, but when it's solely for resources, that becomes the problem. And men want to know that they are loved. We go out, we slay dragons, we fight the world, we fight racism, we fight against feminism, we fight against our co-workers. And I don't mean, when I'm saying fight, I mean try to stand up for yourself, not physical altercations all the time. I'm talking about men go out there, we slay the dragons, we fight against other men who are trying to undercut us, cut our throats, stab us in the back on our positions. All these different types of things about being a man in the world. And if you're a man of color, be it black, brown, even native, indigenous populations, these men are targeted more. There's been a lot of work done on that. Jim Sedanius and his work, the target male hypothesis, and all this other stuff, right? So there's this idea that the men don't care about that, or unfeeling, uncaring. I mean, we have to be, a lot of times you have to be stoic. You can't be a man on the rig, on the oil rig, lumberjacking, doing some crazy work, and you're emotionally thinking about what's going on at home. I came, if you've been following me, then you know this. I came from a very male-dominated space being a police officer. There were times, and one of the things that when we noticed police officers were acting wrong, erratic, there's something going on, that there were problems in their homes. And when there's problems in their homes, it comes out in the police work, right? So if you want to stop a lot of this abuse allegations, or police officers becoming addicted to drugs and alcohol and all this kind of stuff, you got to figure out what's going on in their home life. Same type of, obviously on a lesser scale, same type of work that a psychologist would do, digging into your past. Okay, brother, what's going on here? Why you used to be a sharp dresser, your uniform was always clean and pristine, showed up for work on time. Now you're not. You're disheveled. You haven't had a haircut. You haven't shaved, clean shaven, all this other stuff. You got to figure out why, right? So that was a large part of what we did as supervisors, is making sure that these dudes were on point. So men want, and so when the relationship was wrong, when the relationship at home was wrong, then it manifested in other ways in their job performance. So you can't have men in oil rigs, digging in coal mines, flying planes, doing the stuff that I saw a video the other day talking about the 90+ percentage of men in particular job spaces, air engineers, flight pilots, coal miners, oil rig workers, fishermen, all this kind of stuff, all 90% percentages. And they don't talk about this a lot. I know it's changing. It's still like something like 80 something percent of police officers are still men. So they did construction workers 90%, firefighters 90%, lumberjacks 90%, fishermen 90%. Talking about deep sea fishermen, crabbers, and all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of cops were up there too, but it's only in the 80s. So it's nowhere. So that's, anyway. You got to have a full mind on what's going on here. So men want love. So when that's wrong, when that's erratic, when that's going on, so you got to be a stable mind to be out there. So what does that have to do with men choosing other thing? Excuse me. What does that have to do with men who want a woman who likes them more? A man will like a woman more because he is genuinely looking for, when he comes out there slaying the dragons, doing what he's got to do, he wants to come home to peace, quiet, safety, and security, and not have to worry about his wife, who may have been stepping out on him because he's out being a truck driver for 2-3 weeks at a time, right? He wants to come home. He wants to know that his woman is a ride or die and is in his corner and will make things happen, move heaven and earth while he's there, and faithful and loyal. What did Method Man say in his song, You're All I Need? In the world, I'm not going to be able to quote this directly, so even when I'm locked up north or whatever, he said, you're in the world walking 3/4 of cloth. In other words, what he's saying is, if things happen, because I'm trying to hold things down, trying to make things happen, I want to know that you really have my back and you're not going to be out there giving my goodies away. That's essentially what Method Man was saying. So this is the philosophy that men are having when they're saying, I want a woman who's going to like me more. I want a woman who's going to like me more. I started to talk about a philosophy that says that you have to, as a man, make sure, or don't go after the girls that you like, but go after the girls who like you. Don't go after the girls that you like, right? Because you'll be chasing them. You'll be buying them stuff. You'll be trying to convince them that you're the best option, and you're fighting against all these, fighting in the pit of competition of all these other dudes trying to get to her, no, this girl over here likes me, I'm gonna go after her, right? So this is the philosophy, because if you're chasing them, you're always going to have to chase them. If you have to buy them stuff, you're always going to have to buy them stuff. You set up a dynamic. You set up a dynamic that you'll always be, quote unquote, in the passenger seat, in the loser's seat. And you as a man who's going to lead his home has to be in the driver's seat. He has to be the shot caller. If you're going to be the protector, you're going to be the provider, you're going to, go up there, slay the beast, slay the dragons, and all this other stuff that you want to be, and that most of the women want, then you have to put yourself in that position of being a man who is sought after. You have to become the prize. This whole prize talk and all this kind of stuff, right? So you have to be the prize. So that's why you have to set yourself up emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as financially. You have to cover all those so a woman will want to be in your life and get on your page and all that. So, and then you have to go after the woman who likes you, who's willing to pursue you, who's willing to kind of say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to, because she recognizes your value and your worth and wants to be on your page. I wouldn't chase anybody who wants to be on their page. Now, everybody's going to have their own philosophy. I'm just telling you mine and what I think. I would not be on anybody else's page, on their philosophy, on their dime. I wouldn't do that, particularly as a man. What kind of animals are out this mug? Particularly as a man, I would not live that type of life. I would definitely make sure that the woman who I'm seeking is going to be one who's going to get on my page and all that. So this is where the philosophy comes in at, that you have to, or as a woman, that the man, you have to command respect, demand respect, and that you should make sure that you are chased by or liked by the woman more. Now, what happens when she likes you more? She will do things for you. She don't mind cooking you meals. She don't mind making you a sandwich. She don't mind washing your clothes. She don't mind, getting on your program because you've shown a certain level of competence, confidence, financial stability, emotional stability, and all this other stuff. Then I think that a lot of times the lady will fall in line. I'm not completely convinced. I'm not completely with the argument that, a woman who's had to show some alpha tendencies through her life because of the letdowns will not eventually, I'm going to use the S word, submit. And I get it that some men don't want to deal with that, right? Like just get a nice feminine woman, whether it's overseas or just look for one wherever you are, and just say I'm going to deal with that, rather than having to break, quote unquote, another woman's will or her alpha tendencies. I definitely understand that. You got to do what you got to do with what's best for you and your mentality. I'm just trying to give some different options here. So that is why a man should make sure that he is the prize in the relationship, and that the woman seeks him more and likes him more. So when you ever hear that talk, if you're a woman watching this and you hear that talk, this is the calculus that men are doing, is that to make sure that they are sought after, because they don't want to be used. They don't want anyone dipping their fingers in a cookie jar and all this other kind of stuff when he's at work and all this type of stuff. He's got to be mentally focused to be on his game while he's at work. He can't be worried about you. Can't be worried about you. I think I have a video. I might play. He can't be worried about you when he's at work. And also, if a woman truly loves him and gives him the love that he's really seeking after and going for, then everything's going to be pristine and beautiful. And then he should be mature enough to reciprocate. And let me say this to a lot of women. I understand this, right? I actually listen to what women are saying, and a lot of women are saying, I don't want to show all that kind of love. I don't want to give him the full extent of myself, because I've seen other women, whether it's my mother, my stepmom, my aunts, my grandmothers, my cousins, other older cousins, my friends group, whenever they display this type of affection, honor to a man, giving time, attention, taking time off from work, not following their careers to the fullest extent that they could, or having his children, or then they seem to get taken advantage of. Listen, that's got to stop by the men. If a woman is really in your corner, If a woman is really doing what she needs to be doing, she really loves you. She makes your sandwiches, she makes your lunch, she's making sure you're okay. She's protecting and she's protecting in her own way your reputation, your stability, your mentality, your emotions. If she's doing everything that you need her to do, why are you dissing her? Why are you dismissing her? Why are you disrespecting her? Why are you, taking advantage of you? Why are you stepping on her? Why are you, emotionally abusing her, financially abusing her? Why are you doing all those types of things, right? This whole talk about who should like each other more comes from a place of unhealed, unresolved trauma on both sides. Men have been traumatizing women, women have been traumatizing men, and so therefore women now, because of their increased financial abilities and prowess in the modern day era, are saying, we don't want that. I don't want to go through what my grandmother's went through. I don't want to go through what my mother's gone through. And so men have to hear that and say, you know what, I hear that. And there's a certain amount of emotional maturity that says, I'm not going to be that person. When you put your life into my hands as a true man, when a woman puts her life into your hands, because let's face it, we're bigger, generally men are bigger, stronger, and more emotionally stable. I'm not saying that, there's obviously some women out there who are emotionally stable as well, and there's some men out there who are emotionally unstable as well. If, in general, generally speaking, that these are some generals that I think that we can all agree upon, then you owe it to her to be the rock, the stability, and never put your hands on her, never abuse her financially and all this kind of other stuff, right? You owe it to her to be that person. You owe it to her to be that person. So, this talk about I'm going to make sure that I get him before he gets me. I'm going to get her before she gets me. I'm not going to give him all of me. I'm going to reserve this. I'm going to reserve that. It's all coming from a place of unresolved trauma and looking at the world, looking at other relationships and saying, I'm not going to put myself through that. And, so I don't like the talk at all, right? I almost wanted to do it's almost kind of a bait and switch with the title. I'm going to title this, but I don't like the talk. I don't like that type of talk at all, because if you're going to be in a relationship, particularly if you've classified yourself, given today's time, here's what I would say. Given today's time, if you're classifying yourself as being in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you guys are entering, if he's entering your body and you're entering her body, I almost said if you're entering each other's body, I guess you could. If you're being intimate, just put it like that. If you're being intimate, you got to be 100% in. This idea, okay, well, I'm gonna be a girlfriend, but I'm not gonna be a wife. What's the difference today? What's the difference today? You're living together. You're entering each other's bodies. You're being intimate, laying up, booed up. What's the difference? If you're gonna be in that relationship, then be in that relationship and be 100% committed, physically, emotionally. If you believe in spiritually, whatever you're gonna do, be it. Whatever you're gonna be it. I don't quote founding fathers often. Even Abraham Lincoln wouldn't be considered a founding father, I guess. But whatever you're gonna be a good one. You're gonna be a good husband, be a good one. You're gonna be a good boyfriend, a good girlfriend, and all this. Be in it, be present, show up, be available, all that kind of stuff. Or otherwise, leave them alone. So if you're gonna be in this relationship, you're gonna be doing all this stuff. You gotta be in it. So I don't understand this. Okay, well, I'm gonna be a girlfriend. We'll be exclusive, but I ain't gonna cook his dinners or wash his dirty underwear because. Okay, well, what if the man said the same thing? Okay, we're gonna be a girlfriend, but I ain't gonna pick her up at 1:00 when she's standing on the side of the road, or I don't even understand that type of talk or language, or if you're gonna be in it, be in it. If you're gonna be in it, be in it. So let me just kind of wrap up. So all this stuff comes from a place of just unresolved trauma that we're both dealing with, men and women, and this is fueling the gender war. And we're saying, I got to get them before they get me. I got to move like this before they move on me. I got to one up them. I got to do this. I got. So listen, to me, if you're gonna be in a relationship, if you're gonna be in a, to me, you're gonna be in a relationship. You're gonna make this thing official. What are we doing? After the question is asked, what are we doing? Where are we going? The answer is, okay, I'm for you, you for me, whatever it is. I ain't stepping out, you ain't stepping out, this, that, and the other. And you've made sure about her intentions, made sure about his intentions. Then you gotta, to me, you gotta just go for it, man. You gotta just go for it. Whether there's rings exchanged or paper signed or y'all just swap and spit, whatever, man. Just do it. Just be a good one. Just be present. Show up. And then again, to emphasize this idea about she gotta like me, I gotta go out. First, I think as a man, I definitely think as a man, you gotta get somebody who likes you, even if she's not. Let's listen. This is why the adage is, or the saying is, that a guy will take, forget the 9s or 10s. A guy will take a 5. He'll go down in looks, maybe even in body, for a woman who's going to be his ride or die. And that makes this is why it's unimpressive to us. I told you I'm on the street side here. Probably hear this motorcycle going by. This is why I'm unimpressed. This is why I'm unimpressed by. Gosh, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought there. This is why men are unimpressed by makeup, jewelry, hair, wigs. We want the real, authentic you. This seems to be so lost. It don't matter. I'm at this spot here. I'm at this spot here, and you could tell the ladies are coming there, walking down, all dressed and made up and stuff. I don't even turn my head. I don't even turn my head. It's not. As an older dude, it don't even turn my head because I know I know it's a show. Give me the plain Jane, made up. You walking through the grocery store shopping. I'll hit on that all day. Hey ma, how you doing? I'll hit on that all day because you get the real authentic them rather than some version of them. Because you're not going to dress like that all the time. They're coming downstairs, going to the bars, clubs, whatever they're doing, getting ready to go out for the night. You might be showing up for a fun time, not a long time. And so a guy, again, will take the woman who is less made up, down in looks, but superior in mentality, superior in her attitude, in her demeanor, in her presentation. He will take that all day. At least I know I will. And men of substance, men of means, they'll take that all day. They'll take that all day. Let me meet you in the grocery store. Let me meet you at the gas station. Let me see you at the park jogging, working out. That. So and then go out there, and yes, I would say that. You got to make sure that this woman loves you. You got to make sure that she really, really wants you. Hell or high water, come what may. I get laid off from a job. You got to make sure that this woman's going to be there. Okay, how are we going to figure this out? If I need to go get a second job until you can get back on your feet, that's what you're looking for. That's what a man should be looking for, in my estimation. You're asking me. That's what a man should be looking for. So, all right. So that's the video. That's my presentation here. So thank you so much for checking it out. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Who should like the other more in a relationship? Who should like the other one more in a relationship? Should the men like the woman more, or should the woman like the man more in a relationship? Hit me in the comment section. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, share. Much love and peace, y'all.